Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am thrilled today to be able to share with you some poems from a recent Scars Publications book, like I would do back in the day, both at the cafe and the cafe gallery. Let me see if do I need lipstick? Do I have other books? I've got reading glasses. Don't know if I'd need those, but how I would read poetry from recent Scars Publications books at the beginning of the cafe open mic in the early first 2 years of the open mic as I ran it, or when I would be waiting for people to be showing up right at 7 o'clock because all poets are late when they go to open mics, and so I would read something from recent books for sharing with people. And so I thought I'd read a few poems, just a few, not long enough to be, anything to worry about, but I thought I'd read to you a couple of poems from this Scars Publications Down in the Dirt September to December 2020 issue collection book that is titled dun, 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 Late Frost. Oh, and half of the country's in the middle of quite the frost right now. I know. Oh, I know. And so I thought I'd try to share a couple poems with you in the spirit of sharing poetry like I did for years in Chicago with you guys. I hope you enjoy them. I'm going to try, I don't know how many, I'll just read a few for you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. Oh, that's a long one, that fifth one. I might do only 4 for you guys, just because, I don't want to, I'll save the long ones for another week for you. But this first one that I was going to share with you is from the Spartacus section of this book. It's all the way in the back of this book, Late Frost. And this first one was a piece that is called Your Burden, and it was written on the 1st of December, which is actually the 1847 birth date of the American poet Julia Morris. I'm trying to read it. So Julia A. Morse. She was born in 1847 and died in 1920. And this is a really short piece about her that I'm going to share with you. I hope you enjoy it. It's called Your Burden. I have seen death all around me too long. I tried to write my grievances poetically. People can make fun of how I write, say my words sound trivial, but do they know how to write about losing loved ones who mean the world to you at such an early age? You can prod, you can still make fun, but try to relay what this young child has felt in a single sonnet. Or to you, my words may seem farcical, but they are my feelings, however trivial they may sound to you. But that is what you get for not allowing yourself to live in those brief young years you once lived. Now, that is your burden. Strange writing pieces for that, and because December just passed, I thought I'd share that one. This one is this is a fun one, and it is called Under Our Own Feet, and it was written on the 2nd of December, and it was to coincide with the 1942 date that she achieved the first artificial self-sustaining nuclear chain reaction. Haha, got your science that we're going to pull on this one. This one's called Under Our Own Feet. And hey, this relates especially for the Chicago crowds for the cafe and the cafe gallery, open mic at Gallery Cabaret. This is a piece that's called Under Our Own Feet. They decided to bring this Manhattan project to Chicago for the real work. A metallurgical lab made it at the University of Chicago under the west viewing stands of Stagg Field, in experiments led by Enrico Fermi, calling their work, quote, a crude pile of black bricks and wooden timbers. But as we all know, so much energy can come from so little matter. So they used this sunken pit that used to be a racket court, but now used it to smash more than tennis balls to reach nuclear criticality in their chain reaction in such a populated area safely. For these were scientists taking every step they could to be sure that nothing could go wrong, who even toasted from paper cups with their shared bottle of Chianti for a job well done. I've walked through these forest preserves, even touched the marker that commemorated the world's first nuclear reactor. My colleague would ride his bike along these trails until one week it was chained off for a wildlife study, though he knew it was for radiation cleanup. I think of what we do to ourselves, to the world, and wonder how sometimes the strangest events, the strangest horrors, and the strangest discoveries can all be right under our own feet, and we don't even know it. Wow. And with Fermi Labs right there and everything, I just thought that was the coolest thing for my Chicago references. I am in Austin right now in quarantine mode, but I worked and lived in Chicago for far too many years. It's never far too many. I'd love to be back. And I ran a poetry open mic there, taken over from Charlie Newman, who took it over from the original host, David Rubin. And I not only read it at the cafe with the original person that hosted with us, with Baki, but then we moved it over to the Gallery Cabaret, which was right by the L train stops for the Blue Line, which was double plus cool. Anywho, so I would read like this occasionally. So I'm going to share, I don't know, To Understand the Power might be awfully long. I don't know if I'll do that one. I might just do 2 more poems for you guys, because I just shared a couple. And you guys deserve 2 really short ones together. This first one, I'm going to share on the bottom of this page, that is called Until All the Pieces Connect. And it was written on the 6th of December, and that was the day in 1893 for the birth of the English poet Sylvia Townsend Warren, which is also the 1746 birth of Scottish poet and songwriter Lady Gazelle Ball. This is just kind of cool when you hear about these, different poets and songwriters and things sharing the same birthday. So that's what these 2 last pieces are about. This first one is about these 2 artists, and it's called Until All the Pieces Connect. Collected deep within a soul, a vast wilderness scattered with nature. Escape to the sounds of crickets until a solemn train rumbles past in the distance. All our music to the ear and dance in the eternal cool twilight until all the pieces connect and you discover immortality. You might have to learn a thing or 2 about these 2 authors that I told you about. And if you'd like to know anything about it, you can always check out this book, Late Frost. It is a Down in the Dirt issue collection book from the September through December 2020 issues. And it's from, I believe, the Spartacus section, so you can look up that in Down in the Dirt as well to find out info about these poems. And I thought it was perfect if we were talking about music to the ears from poets and songwriters to end with a poem that is very, very short, that was written on the 5th of December, that was the calendar day of the Australian composers Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, when he actually died in 1756 to 1791. So this is about Mozart, because if I was going to talk about writers and songwriters, I'm going to have to end with the Mozart field. Because he's double plus awesome. He totally is. This is for Mozart, and this is a short piece that's called Quiet as a Painting. People throughout history praise a select few, for few possess the genius to bring music to our souls, no matter the year, century. And without them, everyone's existence would be as quiet as a painting. Only one image. There would be no motion. And more importantly, there would be no music. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm going to guess with the clock that after I've read just 4 pieces, that might be enough time for people to be swarming in. So I am going to stop right there for you guys, because the open mic would be filled up and I'd be starting reading poetry with people in the open mic and calling up people. So I'm going to have to let it go at that and just have just a select few poems for you guys. These were a select few poems from the end of the book Late Frost, which is a September through December 2020 Down in the Dirt magazine issue collection book. I hope you enjoyed those poems. I hope you enjoy poetry. I hope that everyone, I'll even turn off my reading light, I hope that everyone remains safe right now in these times, remain poetically or musically inclined, and for all the people who feel that things have gotten too tough or they can't stand being alone, first of all, I know how you feel. And secondly, know that things will get better. You are loved out there, every one of you, and we're going to stick together through this, and we will all continue to be strong, be creatively inclined, and continue to grow and support each other even from afar. I want everyone to hang in there. Have a great, great evening, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Thank you very much.